Thank you for tuning in to Nosing Around. I'm your host, Megan Bishop. I have my co-host, Shannon. Thank you for being a part of the show today. And we're at the Shallotte River Swamp Park. So I've got George here with me. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys for coming. This is fantastic.
We are at the main building right now. So George, tell us a little bit about what will happen in this building.
Sure. So as folks enter into the parking lot, everyone's going to come up kind of this way into the entrance. And then as you can see in here, and I'll step out of the way so that you can see, there's a center kiosk. And that kiosk is going to be kind of where everybody checks in. That's going to be where you would purchase retail, where you make a reservation if you haven't already, where if you got to deal with any of those kinds of things, we have folks behind there to help you with all that stuff. And then also in there is going to be all the retail. We're going to have tons and tons of retail, all kinds of great memorabilia so you can remember your experience, which is great. And then very important is the guide rooms, the gear up rooms are on both sides. So what you'll do is you actually come in, you'll make sure all your paperwork and everything is signed and ready to go. You'll head towards the back, out those back doors. And if you're going to the zip park, you'll go left. And if you're going to the adventure park, you'll go right to get geared up. And then your guides will just orient you from there. Super simple. And then when you come back, you'll go back into those same rooms and you'll de-gear, get all your gear off. And you'll come out down into the hallways and back into the retail shop. So we're trying to make it really, really easy for folks and all the traffic, hopefully, that's going to be coming through and trying to figure out so there's no congestion. So we want it to make it super easy and super fun for folks. We're going to have lots of rocking chairs out on the back so that you can sit and watch everything that's going on. So I think that's going to be pretty neat. So we're super excited. We think it's going to be great. We're going to have a great photo wall. So it's going to be 8 40-inch monitors. It's going to have everybody's photos that are out on all the different tours so that you can see those when you come in. So,
George, you talked about some of the fun activities that you have here, the zip lining, for example. So we're going to talk about that. We're actually going to participate in some of those activities later, so I'm excited.
The only way to know it is to do it.
That's right. But we are located in Ocean Isle Beach right now. You are currently open, and gearing up for the summer season. So I know it'll be busy here, and I know the tourists and locals will love it here. So I'm very excited to be here today. We have a great show. So tell us some of the things that we're actually going to be doing today.
Sure, absolutely. So what we're going to do is, like you had said, we're going to go out onto the zip line, a 10-line, 3-bridge, 2.5-hour tour. It'll be a guided tour, so you'll get kind of an interpretive and all this great information about how it was built and about the land and about the plants and animals and so forth on this great tour. You go up to probably about 30 miles an hour, I think, is the fastest point of the tour, and you're up at about 80 feet off the ground on the highest point, so it's going to be pretty exciting. Nice. The Pelican Dive is also on that first tower, so diving off of that, always get your stomach up in your throat, which is fantastic. And then the Adventure Park and the Swamp Boat Tour, so we've got lots to offer.
Yeah, and you threw the Pelican Dive last minute on me, so I'm excited about that, but we'll see how that goes. 50 feet up in the air is a little high, but we'll see.
You'll do well. I've got confidence in you for sure.
Thanks. So we're getting ready to get started on some fun activities, so we'll be right back. Thanks. We'd like to welcome our guest on the show today. We're at Ocean Isle Beach, Shallotte River Swamp Park, and we are here with George. Thank you for being on our show today.
Absolutely. This is exciting.
Yes, we are excited to be here. It's a little hot out here. We're all sweating, but we're geared up and ready to go. So tell us the history behind the Swamp Park and why the McMullen family wanted to do this.
So the McMullens, as you know, have the Ocean Isle Fishing Center, and they do a lot of the water-based activities and a lot of stuff going on over there, but they're huge fans of the Okefenokee Park. Okay. And being huge fans of the Okefenokee Park, they said to themselves, we want something like that here. Now, it has just blown up into what you see right now, but we have many different offerings, all of which kind of have that feel of course, the Swamp Park. And so that's kind of where it derived from. And then as all these great ideas came out, we were trying to figure out exactly how to do all of it. The zip line came into play, and then the Adventure Park came into play. And of course, we have the Swamp Boat Eco Tours, which allow you to go out on the swamp.
I think this is a great place, a great location, because it is for the family and it's for all ages. And I think you really captured that on your website, that I think as young as 4, is that correct?
Correct.
And all the way to adults. So I think that really sets you aside and makes you unique. So tell us, I know you mentioned the zip line and you mentioned the adventure tour, is that correct?
The Adventure Park.
So tell us a little bit about each part you can do and a little bit about the park.
Sure,
details.
Absolutely. So the zip line is a 10-line, 3-bridge, 2.5-hour tour. We take out groups of 8. It's a guided tour, so you have 2 guides on each tour. It's a reservation in advance, pay in advance kind of scenario. So obviously, so we can make sure everyone's in their tours correctly, we want them to reserve in advance. And then when you go out, you go, as you can see over here, you go down these lines, and then you work your way around the perimeter of the property, and then you zip right into the swamp. And it is absolutely beautiful. You're in 300-year-old cypress trees, and you're looking down at the swamp, and it gets kind of spooky in there, right? Because it gets all shaded, and it's absolutely beautiful. You spend actually a lot of time in the swamp, and then as you come out of the swamp, you end right back where you started, which is kind of nice, and then you're ready to go for the next thing. So it's pretty cool.
Tell us where we are right now and what we're getting ready to do. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous about our next step, but tell us a little bit about where you're standing right now, what's behind us, and then where we're going from there.
Sure, absolutely. So where we're standing right now is the area where most folks will come down and do ground school right before going out on the zip line. Right behind us, everyone's working really, really hard right now to build the Adventure Park, which is a 49-element park. So it's basically 3 tiers. Each has a different level of difficulty. Each line has multiple challenge-like items, so kind of like a challenge course. And then you go into a loop, so as you go out through these items, you come back and you're back on the tower, and then you can choose once you've done that, and we've seen that you can do that, you excel up to the next level.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
Great for corporate training.
Oh,
corporate
absolutely.
building,
Great for
groups.
kids and adults and corporate trainings and youth groups, all kinds of folks. And then over here, our very first tower, where you go up to do the zip line, about 50 feet up is our Pelican Dive. And yes, so both of you have been talking about that, and it's kind of funny that you're nervous about it, but it's pretty neat. So it is a free fall device. It's a quick jump device that we hook you up to, and you walk off that platform either forward or backward, and then it free falls you for a short distance, and then it catches you, and through a magnetic deceleration process, lowers you nice and easy to the ground.
Wow.
So
and we are the first guests that have done this,
you
is
are
that correct?
actually the first guests that will do this. We've had multiple folks working here doing it to test it, but you guys are the first guests. So.
Woo, well, we are excited. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll be right back.
All right, here we are up on the 50-foot platform for the Pelican Dive.
Yes, we like to call it the Pelican Perch.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sure the
Kinda neat.
perch will like that little restaurant down there in Ocean Isle.
Yes. So it's kind of neat. So basically what we're doing is we're going to get you guys hooked up. The device, I don't know if you can see it from the camera right now, but the device is called a quick jump device. We hook you up to the device. Gives you just kind of an initial free fall off of the platform itself, and then it catches you on the way down and decelerates you right down to the ground. Nice.
How long is that free fall?
It ends up being about 5 or 6 feet. It's not nearly as bad as you think, but your mind makes you think that it's far worse than it is, which makes it so fun. So
tell us the safety procedures that you have to go through now we just walked up a bunch of steps, so you have to be capable of walking up steps to do this.
Absolutely.
So that's the first thing, but what are the safety procedures that you have to go through with each
So
client?
as you can see, we're all in full gear. We all have lanyards, we all have helmets. You guys are going, so you have gloves on. And then we have these things called belay loops in different belay systems. So at every moment, you guys are hooked up all the time. So we'll never take you off a belay. We'll just transfer you into these different mechanisms. When we do that, you're always on belay. And then when you get ready to go, the quick jump has you, and it is a rated device. And then you're ready to go, just like that. And I stay clipped into this belay device right here the entire time.
Is there a weight limit or?
Right now we're doing 250 pounds is the max, which is the max on everything else on the tour. So that's what we're maintaining at. Our minimum age is 10.
Okay.
And really the minimum age of 10 is simply because we have to create some age. And we don't want people getting too freaked out up here. And 10-year-olds typically are pretty good with it. 10-year-old is also, by the way, the least amount on the zip line.
Okay.
Okay.
We are actually going to film us jumping, so are we ready?
Yes. Who's
Okay.
going first? That's the question of the hour.
We don't know. We're a little nervous. But,
Dun, dun.
so we're going to get ready to jump, and we'll be right back. Awesome. Woo! Schlote River right now. Beautiful area back here, and
Yes,
this
it
is where
is.
you will be able to do the boat tours. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
We actually just saw a snake,
Yeah.
so you never know what you'll see back here.
Lots of those, lots of those. This probably more than anything else. The zip line gives it to you, you know, from a nice kind of visual on top of things. But this is really, you're in it. You're right in the middle of all that this property has as far as the ecology, the environment, all of God's little creatures, and it's pretty fantastic. So, you know, snakes and woodpeckers and beavers and just all kinds of wildlife out here. Lots and lots of birds. And it's just a really fantastic place. As you can see, you know, we head this way with the boat, and as you go down, it starts to narrow, and the trees, the cypress trees get bigger and bigger. They get older and older.
Wow.
300-year-old cypress trees that have a huge canopy. And so it really takes a lot of folks are like, are you going to put a top on the boat? And we're like, no, you can't see the canopy of the trees. So as you get in there, you're really blocked from the sun, which is super nice. So it just becomes a really great 50-minute tour, an interpretive tour with some great guides. And so we're really excited about
How
it.
many can go on the boat at one time?
So it's a 12-person tour. So we have up to 12 people. We're doing a minimum age of 4. Is what we're doing. That way, you know, we got folks who can fit into PFDs and so on and so forth.
Okay.
As far as the people that doing the tour itself, the guides, we're getting them from all over the place. It's actually pretty interesting. A lot of people from Wilmington have shown interest. We're using some folks that have degrees in biology and ecology and really just know the area really, really well. Captains of charter boat fishing vessels just want to be able to do this, to be able to really show the value of what the swamp has to offer the area. A lot of people don't realize just how important the swamp is to this area, but it is the proverbial sponge, if you will, that helps to keep all the water in overflow as tides rise and we have overflow of rain, to really be able to bring in and soak up all that extra water. And then, because it's that sponge, over time it lets that water nice and slowly out again, it filters it, and it really serves a big purpose. And so it's important to preserve that.
Absolutely. So people will walk down from the main building. They'll get on the boat here, 12 people we talked about. How far will they go, or how long will it take them to do this tour?
So it's the total tour takes about 50 minutes because we're going every hour on the hour.
Okay.
So it takes about 25 minutes or so all the way down into the George Washington Pass, which is something that they'll learn about when they go on the tour, which is super neat, and about 25 minutes back. And you're going nice and slow, traversing in all the little cypress knees and seeing all the different wildlife. We've got some bird boxes out there, so it's really attracting some of the neat birds and all the different wildlife of the swamp.
As we're standing here in the swamp, I haven't gotten bitten by the first mosquito or any kind of bugs. So how are you guys how does that work? How come I'm not getting
It's pretty neat. It's about the cheapest kind of solution we could come up with,
Right.
and that is nature.
Nature.
Nature has done something pretty neat for us. So because of this area being so wet and having the bugs that it has, it provides food for the bats that are out here. And you don't really see the bats until nighttime or about dusk, and then they just all come out and feed themselves and take care of the bug problem for us. So, you know, every now and again you will see the random bug, and it is what it is, but for the most part, it is unbelievable. It is nearly bug-free because of the ecology here and all the different wildlife, cycle of life, and all these different habitats, frogs and bats and snakes, everything doing their part. It's pretty neat.
Wow. I think it's interesting, and I want our viewers to understand that we are literally standing right beside a main road, and so a lot of our locals and a lot of our tourists may not know this is here. So I think it's amazing, and I hope they understand with the show that this is all back here, and it is a wonderful family activity to come on this boat and get the tour of the swamp and what else, you know, the swamp park has to offer. So I think this is a great activity.
This offers, I think, you know, a lot of times when you see these outdoor adventure centers, it's really difficult to be able to get a good balance between things that are up in the air and going really, really fast for the adventure side, but then you don't really ever have the kind of slow motion, relax, don't really want to go up in the air kind of activity, and that's what this is. This is for folks who either have just gotten done doing all the adventure activities and now want to relax, or for folks who just quite honestly don't want to get up in the air and just don't like heights. We offer this ability for them to come and relax and pregnant moms is a perfect one. We have on our website Expecting Mothers. This is a perfect thing for those folks to come out and still enjoy and being able to see if they've got other children, they're out playing,
right.
and they're able to do this. So definitely a family affair for sure.
George, tell us about the adventure park.
So the adventure park it's actually pretty interesting because there is not another adventure park even close to here. This is a pretty neat thing. It's new and up and coming. It's become a big deal all across the country. So basically the best way to describe an adventure park is a challenge course, if you know of a ropes course. All built up and on steroids, if you will. This is the big deal. So right now we have it built such that there's 49 elements.
Wow.
So what is an element? It's basically an individual challenge, and that changes. You do different things, traversing ropes and going across different boards and chairs and all these different neat things, but you're doing it up in the air and at multiple levels. So we have 3 different levels, difficulty levels, and we also have a neat one for the kids. So the 4 to 6 year olds have their own kiddie park so that we can get them involved. And then we also have the ability that so long as mom or dad goes with them, they can go on the lower version of the course itself together. So it kind of gives a neat way for the youngsters to be able to get involved too. So it's pretty amazing. It is expandable, so we're hoping that in the future that it's been drawn up such that we're going to be able to add more in the future, and it's going to be a big hit. It's a big hit everywhere else that we've seen it thus far, and it's super fun. So it's about 2 hours of play. So you come in, you get a ticket depending on your age, and you go out and you get on the different levels, and you basically tier yourself up. So as you go out on those challenges, so long as the guides that are out there are seeing that you're able to accomplish everything okay, then you escalate up to the next level.
I know we have heard a little bit about some plans for the future. I know I've heard about a contained area for gators. Do you think that'll happen, or is that kind of still in the works right now?
It's Rube McMullen, and he has all kinds of plans.
That's right. We know about that.
Yes, Rube will be the first one to state that him and a drink napkin are a dangerous thing, because he definitely likes to draw some things out. So there's lots of stuff in the works. One of the things that we talked about is potentially bringing in some alligators, some rescue alligators, and having an alligator containment area. So that we have that kind of designed such, and that will be the next phase of this, so that they kind of have their own habitat to be in. And we have a whole lot more coming with all kinds of neat ideas.
Awesome.
Yes, we're excited.
So for tourists and our locals that are interested in coming to the Swamp Park, talk a little bit about the price range. Is it affordable for big groups that want to come here, or big families? What is the range and price for each?
Sure, absolutely. So it's kind of all across the board. So the zip line itself is a $79 ticket item. That's the same for adult and youth, which is fairly comparable to all the other ones that are around here. It's a 2.5-hour tour. It is 10 lines, 3 bridges, and it is a guided tour. The adventure park itself is kind of tiered down by age group. So the adult ticket is $49, and it goes down from there depending on the age group, and that's for 2 hours of play. Each of these have their own photo package connected, which is kind of neat. So you can purchase a photo package, and on the canopy tour itself, all those photos while you're out on tour are getting uploaded as you're out there. So when you come back in, they're all up on the photo monitors for you to be able to see your photos. So it's really, really neat. And then we email you a link and a code, and your photos come up just like that. You can share them. We're on Facebook and we're on Instagram. You can print them off if you choose. So we let you do all of those things. We just get them to you as simple as possible. So that is a great, great value. It's $9 for the photo package for the canopy tour per person in your reservation. And it's the same for the boats, and it is the same for the adventure park. So the boat is $29.99 for the 50-minute tour, 50-minute tour. And yeah, you just, 12 people of barreling through the swamp and seeing some great things. So we feel like we really have just across the board have a lot of things to offer an entire family. As far as large groups go, we love large groups, absolutely. So when it comes to corporate outings, when it comes to youth events for church, all these different things, you definitely want to give us a call so we can put together some group pricing that's appropriate for your group, figure out the different offerings and timelines that you have, and we can figure all of that out for sure. Absolutely.
Should you make a reservation before you come, or is it okay just to say, hey, we're going to go and check this out?
So we say both, but we would prefer, and it is better for you if you make a reservation in advance. And here's why. we all know this is the beach, and it is super busy. So that being said, we want you to be able to get the time that you want to come out here. You guys, everyone has lives. They have other things going on. So because of that, it'll help you plan better if you already are into a reservation.
Sure.
So just be aware that it is reservation in advance for the canopy tour only, and it is pay in advance. So we do that so that you lock that seat in.
Okay.
And then when folks come, you're guaranteed that spot on the tour. For the adventure park, same way, you can reserve in advance and pay in advance. However, there also are walk-ins available,
Okay.
so we do both. But again, as the adventure park fills up, we only have so many spots in a given half hour or hour.
Okay.
We want you to be able to get in, so sometimes a reservation is just the best way.
Okay. And I know you talked about being on Facebook and Instagram. Are those under Charlotte River Swamp Park?
They are,
Okay.
absolutely. I think Instagram, and I'd have to confirm this, might be under OYB Swamp Park.
Okay.
So you'll have to definitely check that out. As far as
Great.
Facebook, it is Charlotte River Swamp Park.
Okay.
So we try to do a lot of stuff on Facebook, so definitely if folks want to like us on Facebook, that's always helpful to find out what's going on.
And I've been on your website several times. It's great
Yeah.
information on there, some
Website is-
pictures, some information on
It
the
is.
obstacles and activities.
Yep,
so
and
make
it's
sure
ever
you
growing. It's ever
Yes.
growing. So the website is constantly being updated. We're constantly adding new functionality. Our reservation system is connected to the website. So if you want to make a reservation, you don't have to call in if you don't want to.
Okay.
Just hit one of our Book Now buttons, and it'll take you right to what our availability is and take you right through the process, and it's super easy.
And what's the phone number here at the Swamp Park?
It is 910-687-6100.
Okay. George, we appreciate you being on the show today. This has been awesome. I'm ready to do the pelican dive again. I think
Yes.
we're getting ready to do the zip line, so we're going to
We
get
are.
hooked up, and we'll be right back. We're getting ready to zip line, and so we are at ground school right now. We've got Wells, the zip manager. Thank you for joining us. You're going to go over the safety tips before we get ready to zip. So you want to start?
That sounds good. All right, these are your whitetails. They're going to be falling behind you today. Each one of them holds 5,000 pounds of pressure. This cable itself holds 26,000 pounds of pressure. So even if you ate all you can eat this morning, you're still not going to fall off the zip line. This is your trolley. This is your vehicle for today. It's what's going to be taking you down. We are going to handle all of your equipment. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. You also have your helmet to protect your head in case you're zipping and it gets up under the zip line. You have your gloves. They're going to be your braking mechanism today. We're going to show you how to do that in a minute. And the harness, 5-point harness here. Each strap on there holds at least 5,000 pounds.
Wow.
So we can show you how to zip. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to get you on the zip line here. You'll be stepping up on a box. We will clip your trolley in. And then you're going to put your left hand on top of the trolley. That's going to be your steering hand. And then your right hand's going to go on top of that. So left hand, right hand. The way you brake on a zip line is you simply take your right hand and put it behind the trolley, just like this. We're going to give you a little pad that you can practice with in a moment. And it looks like this. You're going to go ahead and weight your harness. You don't want to run or jump or hop off the platform. You want to weight it nice and smooth. And then you're going to zip down the line like this and simply put your hand on the line. One thing we don't want you to do is grab the line. So what we do is we give you a little Mexican food analogy. A flat hand on the line, a quesadilla is really good. If you want to kind of curve it over a little bit and form a taco, that's okay too. But just don't do a burrito. We do not like burritos here. So it's just like that. You never want to break in front of the trolley so that your hand does not hit the trolley. Nice, easy, and relaxing behind the trolley. Now, if you brake too hard and you haven't reached the platform you're trying to get to, we're going to have you do what is called a self-assist. You would want to turn around and pull yourself to the platform that you were going to, just like that, hand over hand, self-assist. If for some reason you get tired and you can't pull yourself all the way in, we're going to ask you to do a parking brake. And that just means put one hand on either side of the trolley so that we come and get you. We don't have zip battles in the middle of the line there, and you're nice and stable for us to come get you. So those are the two ways to brake. Nice flat hand or a little taco hand. And we talked about if you brake too much, you might have to pull yourself in. If you don't brake enough, we're going to have this prusik brake here. It's basically just a white rope, girth hitched onto the line. We're going to push it out way over the platform, so you don't hit any trees or poles. And if you're coming in too fast, we're going to give you some hand signals. What do you think this means?
Slow down.
Slow down. What do you think this means? Come on in. If you're braking way too hard, we're going to have you lift off the brake. I might even give you a little wave to try to get you to get your hand off the line, wave at me back. But if you are coming in too fast and you can't control your speed enough, we're going to say slow down. And if it still doesn't work, we'll push this out. Your trolley will hit, and you will kind of swing up a little bit, but you will not hit another person, a tree, or a pole.
Okay.
Is there any questions about that?
I think we're good.
All right. Anything you want to add, George?
Nope. Basically, at this point, all we're going to do is just kind of make sure that everybody is ready to go. You've got closed-toed shoes on. That's extremely important. No dangly earrings. We love that. Go ahead and lean forward for me with those sunglasses. Make sure they don't fall off. There you go. You guys are good to go. So we just wanted to make sure that you guys can walk the stairs and not have a problem. Also be able to walk a mile unassisted. So are there any health indications that we need to know about?
No.
No, we're good to go. Pregnancy, suspected pregnancy? Nope, you're good to go. All right, we're set to go to get them to go on ground school.
Okay. We'll be right back. We're going to go zip line.
I want to thank George for letting us come out today and be a part of the Swamp Park. I know I conquered a fear today, jumping off that pelican dive. That was a big...
You did fantastic.
I did, and I want to thank Megan for letting me come out and co-host with her this month. And I hope
you.
everyone has a good time when they come out to visit the Swamp Park. I know we've got a lot of events coming up at the Chamber. Megan, you might want to mention a few of those.
Yeah, first I'd like to mention we did zip lining, we did the pelican dive, we went down to where the boats will do the boat tour on the dock, and so we just got to see kind of a taste of what the Swamp Park is going to be all about. So thank you again. I'd like to thank you also.
Very welcome.
Yes, the Chamber always has a lot going on. So we're still doing Thursday Perks twice a month,
yes.
and that has been a great referral program that Shannon actually came up with at the Chamber. We are also doing Power Hour still once a month, and I am gearing up for the Oyster Festival, which is October, so I'm working hard on that, and we'll continue. If you want to check any of the other events on the Chamber calendar, please visit brunswickcountychamber.org, and I would really like to thank Tanger Outlets in North Myrtle Beach for supplying me with clothes for the show today. They are coming from Under Armour, so thank you, Tanger Outlets and Under Armour. A little dirty right now, but had a lot of fun zip lining and jumping off a 50-foot platform, so...
Well-earned dirt.
Yes.
Well-earned.
So thank you again for being on our show,
Absolutely.
and we will see you next month. Thanks.
Megan's Wardrobe, courtesy of Under Armour at Tanger Outlets in Myrtle Beach.
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel.
ATMC TV works hard to bring you the best in local programming for Brunswick and Columbus counties. Our goal is to provide local programming that is interesting, informative, and entertaining to the residents of our area. ATMC TV also offers all their information at atmctv.com. Find out when your favorite shows are airing, watch current ATMC TV episodes, check the local bulletins, or even submit a public service announcement about your organization. Be sure to check us out on the web at ATMC.